I explain. Tell me no why you're none for stress my brain. Me hex them.
Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rome. You're watching The Fourth Official, a place where you can get that Jamaican American views on football with a heavy bias towards Manchester United. Before we get into it today, let's take a second to say well done to Leicester City. I'm very happy Leicester City won the FA Cup, but I'm even more happy that Chelsea lost the FA Cup, if you know what I mean. Yeah, fuck Chelshit. Massive respects this season and this season only to Manchester City. I want you guys to know that you should cherish this moment because Manchester United is coming for that title next season. Remember that. Shout out to Bayern Munich for surprise winning the Bayern Munich league over there in Germany. There's still a couple leagues to this day that are still very competitive, which is making football across Europe very exciting. Like for Ligue 1 in France. Now, we don't really talk about Ligue 1 because, you know, there's only one team in France right now, and that's PSG. However, take a look at this. Lille is leading, right? If this game week ends and Lille won or have drawn their game, they still be in front. They'll still be 1 point or 3 points ahead of PSG, which means going into the last game of the season, it's going to set up perfectly for all Lille has to do is just win or draw and they'll be champions, which is perfect because fuck PSG, fam. And the other league that's kicking off is the La Liga. Now, typically, when you talk about La Liga, you talk about Real Madrid or Barcelona. Well, this season, this 2020 to 21 season, Atletico Madrid has been leading for quite some time because, of course, Barca and Real Madrid has been all season. Fast forward to today, Atletico Madrid seems to be having a 2-point lead over Real Madrid. Barca has fallen off the pace, so they are no longer in contention. However, if Atletico Madrid were to draw in La Liga, it's a little bit different. If Atletico Madrid wins, they'll win the championship in the next round. If they draw and Real Madrid wins, then they'll be tied on points. And by that time, it'll be the head-to-head that is going to differentiate. It's not the same thing as in England where it's goal difference. This is setting up to be a wonderful last game week because the same thing that's going on in Lille is the same thing that's going on in Atletico Madrid. They have to win their last game to secure the championship. It's going to be great. I can't wait to watch it. One more thing before we get into today's topic. We have to make mention. The big man is back. Anthony Martial is back in training. I am excited for it. Number one, we get to see him in the last 3 games of the season. And number 2, he's back just in time to make it to the Euros because I want to see him playing for the Euros. I want to see him playing in France. For France, I can't wait to see Anthony Martial back on the pitch. And I can't wait to see what he's going to be doing next season. This season was a bit of a flip, but I have faith in that man, that this man can come good and play either on the left-hand side of our attack or up front. We need a potent strike force if we're going to take the championship from Man City. Now, people, you know me, Manchester United fan, the fourth official. So all I talk about is Man United, yes? So take a second and look at this tweet, my people. Because what this is saying to you right now is that SHORETIRE and Anthony ELANGA has now been promoted to the first team. Now, this is massive news, people. This is big news. Because one, as a youngster coming up in the academy, your dream is to be promoted to the first team. Your dream is to continually playing for the first team. And now the hard work has started for these 2 young men. Because now they have to go and show themselves. The reason for them being promoted to the first team gives them a couple options. One, they could push themselves into the first team and be a part of the first team like Brandon Williams did. Or they could go out on loan, like James Garner did, like Ethan Laird did. Go out and get some first team experience and come back like Jesse Lingard and stake your claim in that first team as an academy player. And I do feel man like James Garner will come back and be a part of the first team this season. However, I cannot wait for you guys to start seeing the talent that's in these little kids. SHORETIRE, Anthony ELANGA, look out for these man. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a profile on both of them and let you know what the type of players they are and what to look forward to. Anthony ELANGA. Now, Anthony ELANGA is not your typical striker. He's not that back-to-goal striker. He's not that running in behind striker. He's that forward type player. Reminds me so much of Rashford. Filled with pace, so much skills, right side, left side, kind of like a right winger, but a right forward. And the reason why we say, now I can see him gradually coming into the first team, being that backup for Marcus Rashford when he's out. He's very similar to Marcus Rashford, the way he plays. Very direct, taking on people, cutting inside. Now, the difference between him and Marcus Rashford is that Marcus Rashford does not have a left foot to save his life. However, Anthony Elanga is great on both feet. It reminds me of Mason Greenwood with his ability to cut in on either side and just put it in the far corner. And I cannot wait for him to step out and grace more on the Old Trafford pitch. Looking forward to it. And the next player on the list, of course, is SHORETIRE. Now, this player reminds me so much of Lingard, and that's the problem in this type of player that I'm going to have, because I don't think teams in the top 6 has more space for players like that in SHORETIRE. He's not a striker. He's not a typical number 10. He's right there in the middle where you give him the ball, he'll dribble, he'll score. He's that connective tissue between the midfield and the strikers. However, he's not that Bruno type player. You could see SHORETIRE more dominant in a team that plays with a false nine, because that's the type of player he is. The false nine type of player will get in the box, mix it up with players, and score. And I'm looking forward to see him develop. I am very worried about his position in the team and where he'll fit in that team. He'll probably pick up a forward role like Greenwood in the future if he makes it into this team. But he's very talented. Looking forward for SHOLA to come in and show us what he can do. And now that we focus on the two that were just promoted to the first team, I'm going to introduce you guys to the next player who I have no doubt will be promoted to the first team. This man's name is Hannibal Mejbri. You know, Manchester United bought Hannibal from France a couple of years ago when he was 16, and now he's 18. And I guarantee you this boy is going to be the next big thing. I've spoke about him before. He's very talented, very skillful on the ball. He plays in that number 10 role, more suited to the Bruno role than anybody else I've seen in the Manchester United Academy. Tenacious just like Bruno, gets around a player, put in a cross and put in a shot in. Very, very skillful on the ball, and I cannot wait to see Hannibal develop. I guarantee you he's going to come right in there and fit right behind Bruno Fernandes in the team if he can continue the way he is. He's not ready for the Prem, we know. So I think he's going to be the next one to be promoted. I think Manchester United is just waiting to announce it. But I do believe he's going to be the next one promoted to the first team. And next year, chances are he'll be on loan. I want him to sign another long-term contract with Manchester United, because I guarantee you, just like how I rate James Garner being the next big thing coming out of the academy, following right behind him is going to be Hannibal Mejbri. Thank you so much for watching, people. This has been the 4th Official. Remember, please drop a like on the video. Subscribe somewhere down there if you're brand new. Manas.